Hey folks, what's up? This is Devang. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So apologies for the delay. I have some relatives from Delhi over, so was having the last supper before they leave back to Delhi. So I just got delayed, but better late than never. And first of all, I hope you had a wonderful day today. If you were present on our Telegram channel or anywhere on our YouTube channel, you should have been able to make some decent returns. I'll talk about what happened in the markets today for a couple of minutes, and then we'll talk about what can we expect tomorrow. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment if you enjoy these videos. That would mean a lot to me. And if you want to reach me, I'll put my all links in the description below. So Instagram at Devang Mehra, and you have my email IDs, devang@devangmehra.com and tanisha@devangmehra.com. So make sure you reach out to me if you have to. So first of all, let's talk about today. Today, I told you very clearly, today is a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are known for volatility. And generally, when Wednesdays approach before the monthly expiry, which is a big explosive event, Wednesdays do become very, very sideways and very, very volatile. And you saw it today, even in the Indian markets. For example, Nifty, it was stuck in this range for the first good 4 hours, and even after that breakout, it again fell down. So there was a very, very volatile day. Same happened with Bank Nifty, extremely volatile, extremely sideways. And if you were in the wrong direction, you would have decayed your premiums. And let's not forget, if you were a pig today, you remember that significance from my previous videos, you would have got slaughtered. But yeah, that was that. The day started, I would say, with Tata Power. Himalaya gave you that recommendation, gave you that fluid, the idea, brilliant idea. I think it went up 10% or so up a circuit, should have been able to give you some decent money. So it's all about believing in yourself, believing in your analysis, supplemented by some of our research, and it should have been able to help you out. I also came live in the market around 12:20, and I gave you 2 levels or 3 levels on the charts. I said, if Nifty, if you let me know if you remember that message, and also comment if you found that video helpful of me coming live in the markets. And also, please let me know, should I do more of this live updates in the market, because it does require a lot of time and personal energy. So if you guys do vote yes, I will continue that in the future. But I said, if Nifty 15-minute chart closes above 17,673, I said if it closes above that, the bulls will get activated. And look at the rally that you got. Look at that amazing rally that you got. And I was very precise. I'll tell you one thing. I'm very precise about my levels. Himalaya is very precise about their levels. So there will be a day when I give you a stop loss, but there will be a small stop loss. But the day when we give you levels that they work, they're going to give you massive risk rewards. Today was one fine day like that. Yesterday evening, I told you, carry your 17,500 calls for September expiry, and that thing for 150 today has made a high of about 310. So that was a good 100% plus returns that we clocked in on that call option. So I hope you made money on that. If you did make money on calls, Nifty, Bank Nifty, let me know in the comments. I want to know how many people will be helping out. Yep. So I told you. So you can see the moment you got a closing above that, it just skyrocketed. The same one was for Bank Nifty, and Bank Nifty was a beautiful trade. You got this candle, 12:15 candle, which closed above the level I gave you of 37,673, I believe. And you can see an inside bar, rule of three activated, and a boom happened on Bank Nifty as well. So we made some good money on the calls today, and I hope you did too. So thank you for spending your time on our channels. I want to appreciate you. Yep. One very psychological thing, important thing, we do get a lot of messages saying that thank you all for your analysis and research. It's all because of you, but I want to say it's on you. The results that you've clocked in is all on you. You took the effort, you took the risk, and you have got your profits supplemented by our research, but it's all on you. But remember one thing, what happened today, ends today. You know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Is very simple. Whatever happened today on Wednesday ends at 3 o'clock, and you start a fresh day tomorrow. You can't come in the market and be arrogant about it. You cherish the results today. You enjoy, give yourself a party today. But tomorrow when you come in the market, you forget everything that's happened. Because if you come in with that greed, it's all going to go away. That's how markets work. It's very simple. If you like casinos, I talk about all these examples all the time. If you like casinos and you if you play slot machines, one of the simplest things that you could do. If you spend some time on the slot machine, it's going to give you money. They're going to give you a good jackpot. But if you again keep on sitting on that machine again and again and again and bet all your greed money that you've earned, it's all going to go away. It's very, very similar to what happens with the market. So tomorrow when you come, if you want some big money today, try to sit out tomorrow. If you haven't, start fresh, start small, but start and don't be arrogant. So that was another thing, good money on Nifty Bank, etc. And I would say IT is something that I have been stressing. I know IT, it's against some people's beliefs, but it is every person is a different analyst, and every person has a different, way of thinking of things. And I did a video 12:20. I said, we have last 1-2 days. If IT wants to blast, it has to blast. And from today's low of around 34,800, IT went till 35,600. So we got an 800-point jump in IT today. And I gave you a recommendation, HCL Tech. Anyone who bought HCL Tech, even intraday, should have got a good 25 to 30 points on HCL Tech. That was a brilliant trade. I would put it that way. And IT is still, again, see guys, you got a good first pullback. What you have to observe is IT going to close above 35,313 in the next 2 days? That level is significant to me. That level is important to me. So we got a good rally in IT. I'm not going to boast about it too much. We might have got the bottom in IT, but we will see. Make sure you're not arrogant. You have stop losses. If IT starts to again break lows of the levels set out earlier. So for example, if HCL Tech again trades below 1250, 1260 levels, it again becomes weak. So we might have got the bottom of IT, or we just trying to trade the secondary trend. That's going to be very, very clear in the matter of the next couple of days. So we'll observe that. But I'm sitting on good quantity. I sent you a message, buy HCL Tech, and we're sitting in good profits on HCL Tech. Thank you all for trusting me with that idea. Should have given you great money on any IT company. But we have 4 demons. We have 4 demons, and they continue. And they continue to irritate the Indians. Number one, you got dollar index. Massive, massive, massive breakout on dollar index. It's not good. You can see FIS selling in every single day. And I told you about this. It's going to come in. If dollar index starts to break out, it's going to come in. Which brings me, I do a lot of live market updates on my Instagram as well, because I have different audience on Telegram and different on Instagram. So make sure you are on my Instagram if you want to stay connected with me to the core. I'm going to put a link in the description. It's instagram.com/Devang Mehra. And I put up a video today in the afternoon. I said that if dollar breaks out, FI is going to pull out money, and they did. About 1,000+ crores come out from the market. Luckily, DIs are arrogant. They're buying 3,000 crore, and that's why we are seeing immense buying happening in the second half. But this is something to be careful about. This basically means a lot of money is being pulled out of emerging markets and being invested back in the treasury notes, which will also pull up the yields. The other demon today is crude oil. Higher crude oil prices is good for companies like energy, basically Reliance. So if crude keeps on going higher, negative for India, but it is good for Reliance. So keep the energy sector in focus. And I think energy sector is blast today thanks to Coal India and the other PSAs. But this sector has been hot thanks to crude oil and a couple of other factors, which I'll talk about in a little bit. You got the 10-year yields on the notes, 10-year note yields. It's amazing. It's what's happening. Luckily today, it has come down a little bit. That's good for India. You can see SGX Nifty not too much down. But again, if 10-year note yields continue higher, it's again bad. And with the dollar index rising to all-time yearly highs, it's really, really bad. So we will have to keep this in mind. So anything that you keep on doing, make sure, if you're not sure about it, don't carry it overnight, especially when you're trading in options. If you're not sure about the trade that you take, do not take it overnight, because this over here is something that is bothering me. These 3 signals. The fourth thing is, the entire China issue that's going on, plus these 3 demons are putting a lot of pressure on NASDAQ, which is the IT companies. And you can see that NASDAQ is consolidating at the lower levels. So as you can see, IT still is not convincing. It's still not, sure of a pullback. But again, we always have to be hopeful. So just keep on observing these 3-4 things, and the 35,313 level in IT. So hopefully, if India wants to continue its bull run, the index has to come down, DXY, the yields have to come down, and the repo rates have not gone up in America. So I think it will come down eventually. So let's be hopeful about that. And I hope crude comes down and we carry on the rally. If you remember one point I made a couple of days back, I told you one very important thing. I said, no matter what the news is, generally breakouts, breakdowns don't happen on expiries. Eventually, monthly expiries are big, explosive events, and breakouts and breakdowns don't happen then. And that's why you can see we are consolidating in the range that we mentioned, and it's continuing. So any big movement, I would say, should be expected only after the expiry. One day to go, so let's wait for it. Friday becomes important. One very important thing I've been saying, today and yesterday as well. I said that please use the next 1-2 days of not taking aggressive positions, but please use them judiciously of planning and understanding what's the position of the market. Basically, what I mean by that is the market going to come down or is the market going to come up? And eventually use Friday to build positions. So just remember that advice. Don't also forget, most people lose money on expiries. I've done a video on that on the TFA channel. So just be careful tomorrow. That's the word of advice. Anything that looks too simple doesn't work tomorrow. It's massive open interest on expiries. And I know personally I've lost some money on expiries. And I am very light when I trade expiries. So be stock specific. Just be careful is the word of caution. India VIX, something I'm going to talk about, guys. India VIX staying higher is going to put a pressure on calls. It's going to decay fast, but it's going to be very, very good to the peers. The puts are not going to decay. And today, exactly, I was very happy for a minute because we were in calls how the India VIX was coming down and down and down. But eventually, when the markets in the last 30 minutes fell down, a lot of panic again set in. The fear gauge started again moving back to 19. I still remember a couple of weeks back, this was around 13, 14 levels, signaling a strong bull market, no fear, and now it's come back to 18, 19. The participants are resounding that there is a overvaluation in the markets, but that is not such a concept there. But a lot of fear is setting in, and I would like to correlate this with the three demons that I've talked about. So just keep a track on all of them. European markets look fine; they're standing strong. The small cap in the stock, 600 doing fine. You have France doing okay. You have UK doing okay. Germany is doing okay. But you have IT companies under some pressure, trading flattish, and SGX Nifty also, I would say, flattish. But again, these don't matter. It's about where you open tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit about our markets tomorrow. I don't have any significant lecture to give you tomorrow. I'll give you a very simple idea. I've talked about that again and again, even for a lot of time, the last couple of videos. See, understand you have a lot of big long-term support at this level, 17,400, 17,500. I think even this is the 20 moving average. It comes around, the 20 MA right now comes around 17,500. So 17,500, 17,400. They're very good supports of the market. So even if the markets come down, they should take support there and continue its upward trajectory. That's point number one. If the markets want to come down and if you want to take an aggressive short for a couple of days, that's only going to happen if the markets start to consolidate, distribute, and eventually break out of 17.4, 17.5. That's the signal number one of weakness. But I don't want to put a lot of impact or a lot of importance to intraday falls. Please understand that it's different and generally happens due to expiry. So a big aggressive fall, a couple of days, couple of 100 points, 500 points could happen only and only when the markets test lower levels and they start to move below that. Because below 17.4, 17.3, 17.5, we don't have any other level till 16,750. So that could be a bigger, distribution that comes in. So after, accumulation, participation, distribution, the panic sell, again, the market starts. So that is only after the lower levels become tested. But let's again not try to overwhelm or, forecast what can happen, what can't happen. Nifty 15-minute charts. With that view being clear, the markets are still fine. The markets overall are still okay. There's still no signal to distribute. It's again very, very important. I'm not going to spend too much time on giving you some strategies or something. 17.6 again remains important. So for example, let us say tomorrow market opens with a gap down, opens somewhere at 17,650, 660, and eventually then it breaks 17,600. You could go short. I don't see anything wrong with that. Why? Because number one, gap down will put pressure on the calls. Number two, the level of 17.6 has been tested multiple times. So it has surely become fragile. It's become weak. So any gap down followed by a sell-off below 17.6 could be a indication you can take a good put for tomorrow, or you can go short tomorrow. That's point number one. You do have support to 17,520 and eventually 17,400, 17,500. That's etc. But what if the market opens somewhere over here? Let us say market opens gap up, above 17,720, 730, 740. Then I would say it makes the market volatile. I don't generally trade breakouts on expiries. And right now, even on the upside, you do have a lot of resistance coming in over here, over here, over here, over here. So it does become a good volatile session. So a good trade generally will come in tomorrow if it's a gap down followed by a sell off below 17.6. That's going to be a good trade to take. But if the market opens higher and let us say starts to trade above the closing of 770, 780, then the markets could, stay in this range. And then Friday eventually could be a breakout. It could decide the momentum of the market. I hope you're understanding what I am trying to portray, what I'm trying to teach you guys. So just to again conclude, because people get confused, gap down, wait for breakdown. If it happens, then I trade. If, for example, market opens higher and then breaks down, I am not interested. If I miss it, I'm okay with it. I'll be fine. I'm not going to have FOMO. I have rules. I have discipline. If the market opens on the upper end of the range and it starts to trade higher, 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 then you can use this as a upper level maximum, and you can use this at a lower level, and the markets will continue over here. Bank Nifty, please plan your trades in the next expiries now, because the time is not too much left for the month expiry to end. See, Bank Nifty is also very similar. I do have a trend line, coming in like this. I do have supports coming in like this. So again, very similar to Nifty, if the markets do open gap down and they break 37,400 levels approximately, that's going to get you some selling pressure tomorrow in the morning. So just keep, watch on these levels. If that happens again, if the market opens gap up, or somewhere near the highs of today, and if it's sustaining above this level for quite some time, then you will have to assume that today's closing price and these highs 38 to 100, they will become the range. So generally on expiries, market gives you ranges. So any gap up opening and sustaining on the upside will give you a range of closing price of today and the highs that have been made earlier. So that can be the range, and you can do your option selling within this range. You can adopt your spreads in this range. So that's all for now. I don't have anything else to comment, right? We'll have to observe. You need to give markets 2-3 days. You have to give them room to decide where they want to go, and eventually markets will show you when the money will be made. Please be patient. As Gan said, consolidations give rise. The bigger consolidations will give you bigger buildings erected over them. So just give it space. Let the market decide what it wants to do. If it wants to distribute, it will come down. When it comes down, we will try to go short. But if it doesn't come down, let us not try to forecast or predict and become short. And I'll put up a video tomorrow also about live market updates. Himalaya and I are available on Telegram. We will be active there. And that's all for now, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.